pro-incumbency. And why pro-incumbency? Because for the first time, 25 crore people out of poverty, highways at double the rate that are being made. The Congress was unable to deliver on unemployment. And this is the entire reality. What are they talking? And in Delhi, where we stay, the VAT on sharab was reduced and the VAT on petrol was high. Punjab de vich kushti and Delhi de vich dosti. कैसी इनकी philosophy? आए थे अन्ना के साथ, आज लालू के साथ, झाड़ू के साथ, अब दारू के साथ, स्वराज स्वराज, आज शराब शराब. It is a battle between mission and vision for India. Rahul Gandhi's berozgari, Akhilesh's berozgari, Tejaswi's berozgari is not my problem. That is their family's problem.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Statesman Talk with me, Deepti J. Verma. Today we are being joined by the national spokesperson for BJP, Mr. Shehzad Poonawalla.
Thank you very
Shehzad,
much.
thank you for joining us today.
I'm honored to be on the platform.
Thank you. We're going to start with the main question, Ab ki baar 400 par. How realistic do you think it is, or is it just a slogan to psych the opposition?
It's so real, it's on my wristband.
I can see that,
Yes.
but is it just that to psych the opposition?
No, it's not to psych the opposition. It's actually rooted in reality.
Okay.
It's on my wrist and it's in my dil also. And I'll tell you why it's in the dil of the Janta as well. It's because for the first time, after 2014, the word pro-incumbency, we've always heard, and many political analysts will tell you, anti-incumbency was the buzzword in political vocabulary. So people would say why this government did not last another term, why it was changed immediately by the people. But for the first time, if somebody has coined the term pro-incumbency because of their delivery and work, that is Narendra Modi. Whether it's 2014 to 2019, he gets a bigger mandate. Now, when it's 2024, after 10 years of incumbency, for the first time his leadership and his approval ratings are beyond people's imagination. Nowhere in the world has this been seen. And forget just the national picture. Look at what happened just in the round of elections before the national elections, the state elections. In Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh, the three big states in that entire contest, we had Congress, which was in power in Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh. It lost power just after 5 years. Madhya Pradesh, we had a government for 18 years, and we've got a bigger mandate than we've seen ever in Madhya Pradesh. Pro-incumbency. Gujarat, we were returned to power after 27 years. Pro-incumbency. Uttarakhand, for the first time, we repeated the state government. It never happened in the itihas of Uttarakhand. Pro-incumbency. Uttar Pradesh, after 35 years, the government gets repeated under Yogi Adityanath and Modi ji. Pro-incumbency. And why pro-incumbency? Because for the first time, you have a government before 2014 that left the economy in fragile 5, we are in the fastest 5. From 10th position to now going to the 3rd position. 25 crore people out of poverty. It's not just a slogan of
What about unemployment, inflation?
I'm coming to that. Whether it's 25 crore people being lifted out of poverty, whether it's 12 crore people getting toilets, 13 crore people getting tap water connections, whether it's the highways at double the rate that are being made. We used to have 11 kilometers per day being constructed as highways. Today it's 37 kilometers per day. We used to have 5 metros in 5 cities. Today it's 20 plus cities. 70 airports in 70 years. It's now 150 airports. Now coming to a question on unemployment and on price rise or inflation. Yeah. These were issues in the last set of elections as well. Wasn't it an issue in Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh? In Madhya Pradesh, let me start off by that. The government of Bharatiya Janata Party had kept the unemployment rate at 2.5%, whereas in Rajasthan, it was above 20% for the last 1 year. The Congress was unable to deliver on unemployment. And let me tell you the national perspective. This is a question that many people ask, 2 crore rozgar ka kya hua? This is a question that everyone asks. Today I want to give you facts and figures because you know I always come with facts and figures. When the UPA left power at 2014, EPFO data shows the number of subscribers were 11 crore. EPFO is a database where the employer also pays money and the employee also pays money. So this can't be fudged government data. That was 11 crores. Today it is 27 crores. That means 16 crore new subscribers have been added. Now you will say, but these could be people who already had jobs getting formalized today. For even if you take about 60% of that as new jobs, especially in the category of 18 plus or 21 plus, that amounts to 60% of 16 crore. Now you add those jobs have been added in the last 9-10 years. Let me give you another data point. NSSO has just come out with a report that the unemployment rate is at a record low of 7 to 8 years of around 3.1%. If you take state by state, I just give you the example of Madhya Pradesh, the unemployment rate is 2.5%. In Congress ruled states, it is beyond 10-15%. I'll give you another data point on jobs. We were constructing 11 kilometers per day highways in 2014. Today, 37 kilometers is being constructed. Who's constructing these extra 26 kilometers? People from Italy. People from Rome. If you had 5 metro stations, now there are 20. Who's constructing it? You had 70 airports. Today you have 150 airports. Who constructed the airports? So even if you see the data or you see the reality on the ground, the fact is that these jobs have been created. But you know who has betrayed us on unemployment and employment? Priyanka Vadra, before the Himachal elections, went and said that I will ensure 1 lakh government jobs, quote unquote, in Himachal Pradesh. The moment their government was formed, Sukuji, the chief minister, who's not keeping Miss Pratibha Singh very happy, she's the state president, he comes and says, we cannot give 1 lakh sarkari jobs. Hamara to population hi itna nahi, how can we give 1 lakh sarkari jobs? And this is the entire reality. We have people from Karnataka who are part of this podcast. You ask them the promises they made. In Karnataka, instead of reducing the electricity tariff, they increased the electricity tariff. Today, Karnataka and Bengaluru, city like Bengaluru, which is a hub for startups, which we had made the hub of FDI, is struggling for water, for
so
basic civic
amenities.
amenities. Also on price rise, may I just complete? The Congress will speak on price rise. Under Manmohan Singh, under UPA, between 2010 to 2014, the average inflation rate was above 10%. Today, the average inflation rate over the last 10 years has been 5.5%, despite the fact that we've had 2.5 challenges. One COVID challenge, one was Ukraine-Russia crisis, and then one was the Israel-Palestine or Israel-Hamas conflict.
Yeah.
Despite these 3 challenges, which put a huge dent on the supply situation in the entire world, despite that, and the fact is that the per capita incomes in this country have risen. So when demand rises, when money rise, the amount of money you have rises, demand rises and prices go up. Despite that, the average inflation has been 5.5%, and under UPA it was 10%. Also, the wholesale price index for the first time was negative. What are they talking? If they are saying that they have done better on price rise, I just give you one example. In Himachal again I come. They said महंगाई बहुत है. अब की बार Modi no Modi सरकार. In Himachal they increased the prices of diesel by 6 rupees per
that's
litre.
what they've done, yeah.
And we cut central excise on petrol, diesel. Apart from that, even in our states, we cut VAT. Why didn't you cut the VAT? And in Delhi, where we stay, the VAT on sharab was reduced and the VAT on petrol was high. So I think they must be the last people lecturing on price rise and on unemployment. They have betrayed the people. We have given the people what they want, and therefore pro-incumbency. Who are the people who voted for us in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, and in the 2019 elections? So I think Rahul Gandhi's berozgari, Samajwadi Party's Akhilesh's berozgari, Tejaswi's berozgari is not my problem. That is their family's problem.
Okay. Again, the number, the magical number, the 400. The opposition says that the North has peaked, as you said, you won over the North, but the South still remains tough to please. Where would you get the number from?
Prior to 2019, and prior to 2014 actually, in 2013 when we used to go for these TV debates, and podcasts were not that big at that point of time, because Modi ji ensured that the digital ecosystem takes off in such a way that now per GB data, it used to be 300 rupees, now it's 9 rupees per GB. Even there the price has come down, but anyways people will not see that. But in 2013 the conversation used to be, BJP ko 200 plus to mil jayega, 272 unlikely 272. When we got 282, then they realized yes. Then in 2019 they used to say that 272 shayad ho jaye, 230 tak ho jayega, 230, 240. We came to 303. Today I am telling you, BJP itself will cross 370 and NDA will cross 400. I'll tell you the reason. Did you ever feel in Bengal in 2019, because you have been associated with journalism, you've been covering these issues. In Bengal, who was giving us 18 seats in 2019? Not one political analyst said in Bengal from 2 to 19 we will reach. 2 to 18 we will reach. In Tripura we would form government, anybody had thought? In Haryana we would form government and get 10 on 10 or 9 on 10, anybody had thought?
Yeah.
In Assam we would form government not once but twice, anybody had thought? In Odisha we would be in a fighting position, anybody had thought?
So you think the South would be a surprise package?
Now I'll tell you why. In South, because what does first of all, this question that in the South it's a alien territory for BJP is the biggest hogwash.
Okay.
BJP is the largest party in South even today, because we have the maximum number of MPs. We have about 29 or 30 MPs in South of India. In fact, Congress has 28. So we have more MPs than any other party. Where does the DMK have presence in Telangana? Does DMK have presence in Kerala? But BJP has presence in Tamil Nadu, BJP has presence in Telangana, we have presence in Andhra, we have presence in Kerala, we have presence in Puducherry. We have a government in Puducherry, by the way. We are leader of opposition in Karnataka. We are the fighting party in Telangana. And in all these states of South, we offer something that these traditional parties don't offer. I call them as a virus syndrome parties.
What is that?
Main virus is Congress. Tushtikaran, Bhrashtachar, Parivarvad. Dynasty, Bhrashtachar, Tushtikaran, DBT of Congress. This is the main virus. Then the others are subvariants. So all of them replicate the Congress
The
only.
same model.
Yeah, so one is COVID and the other is the other strains of
Like
COVID.
a flu.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it directly. I'm just giving for example of the people who are watching this podcast. I'm not saying it directly that they are a virus. I'm saying they are like a virus. So what Congress represents, DMK also represents. Dynasty first, Bhrashtachar first, Tushtikaran first. KCR also represents. Revant Reddy also represents. In Kerala, these days, even there they have started Parivarvad with the son-in-law of the chief minister getting a position, and you have seen Annie Raja and D Raja, you have seen Prakash Karat and his wife also. So they have also started Parivarvad, Tushtikaran, to khair they have been doing only. In every state, you see the main parties are offering that. The BJP, however, offers a break from family first, Bhrashtachar
But when you
first,
take
and Tushtikaran
people
first.
who were practicing that kind of politics at one point, when they enter BJP, do you think the system changes them? Like, how does that work?
Look, have you read the Mahabharata?
Yeah.
Krishna ji takes the support of many people who are on the sides of Kaurav. It doesn't mean that if they have fought for the sthapana of dharma, that their help or support can't be taken. Because if somebody wants to
join.
honestly, it feels that they have been on the wrong path. Myself,
Yeah.
I was also in the Congress at one point of time. So should one not be given the opportunity, if they are willing to leave what they used to think or used to represent and come to a side which puts nation first, which puts delivery first? I think everyone should have that opportunity, provided that there is no situation where they are coming and they are going to practice the same things that they did in the role party. So as long as that is happening, there's
So
no
the work
problem.
culture ensures that it changes?
I'll give you an example of that. For instance, many a times this allegation, and I know where this allegation is going. They talk about Himanta Biswa Sarma. Himanta Biswa Sarma, as they used to say that he was a corrupt man, etc. He was called by the CBI not as an accused but as a witness. The Congress will never tell you this. They will lie about it. In fact, the publication that put out the story, Mr. Himanta Biswa Sarma has sued that publication simply because they have misrepresented the facts. He was never an accused, he was a witness. And he had told Sonia Gandhi ji. But Himanta Biswa Sarma, today look at his presence, the way he is governing Assam, and under NEDA, the entire Northeast, the way it is now developing. Yeah. So are you telling me that because he was associated with Congress once upon a time, and today he has come and he has become immersed himself in the philosophy and the ideology of BJP, he should not be given an opportunity to take his people forward or to take his region forward? So I think the BJP is offering a platform to those people who are keeping away the DBT, Dynasty, Bhrashtachar, Tushtikaran of Congress away and adopting the DBT that Modi ji talks about, direct benefit transfer. By the way, because of this direct benefit transfer, 30 lakh crores has been transferred to the poor people of India, and not 1 rupee was pocketed by anybody. Rajiv Gandhi used to send this money, 85 paisa used to go in the hands of Congressee. Today, 30 lakh crores was sent by BJP, by Modi ji. All of it was reached to the last man on the ground through the mobile phone technology Jam Trinity. Yeah. And that is the difference between their DBT and our DBT. Our DBT ensures that the poor man gets his due. Their DBT is only about their parivar.
Okay, coming to Delhi politics currently, with Arvind Kejriwal in jail, what do you make of the claim that the Aam Aadmi Party is making, that they were such a big threat to BJP on national level that their main guy has been taken away?
First of all, anything that we say should be rooted in facts. Anything that the Aam Aadmi Party says is never rooted in facts. They are always making arguments which I can say seem to be under the influence. Oh, I'm sorry, I should not use that kind of analogy. It will hurt them hard. So they should not look like they are under the influence when they are making these statements. They had one MP. That one MP also left them, despite being given a ticket in Jalandhar. They had one Lok Sabha MP. We have 303, and they are a threat to us. They have lost.
That's not correct. Like even the BJP was 2 MPs once.
No,
one
I'm
upon
not
a
saying that.
time.
But at that time, we did not say that because we are a threat to the Congress is doing this.
Yeah.
The Congress was a threat to democracy itself in 1975. That was established. But we never made such claims like they make. And I'll tell you why their claims are rooted not in facts but under the influence. Again, I'm using that analogy. It's purely coincidence that analogy is coming out. See, they fought 2014 Lok Sabha election. When they were at their peak, none of these people were in jail. Their real faces had not come out. They got less than nota. Less than nota, none of the above. In 2019, they got less than nota. In Uttar Pradesh, they lost 99% of their seats. In Goa, they lost all but 3 seats, where they spent all the sharab liquor scam money. In Maharashtra, they lost and they got less than nota. In Haryana, they got less than nota. And in Delhi, where they claim they have a Delhi model, the best model in the world. By the way, Raghav Chadda does not believe in this model. That's why he's abroad.
Where is he?
He's abroad. He's getting photographed with people who advocate for separatism in India. And his focus is not Rajniti. His focus is some other nitis, but whatever niti his focus is on, sharab niti or etc. niti. Having said that, he's gone abroad to get his eye surgery done. I don't know why he doesn't believe.
Maybe he needs a better vision.
Perhaps he has better vision, but he has made a bahana of eyesight and gone. Anyways, I think many of their MPs are getting these visions. Therefore, out of the 10 MPs, only 2 or 3 MPs are actively championing the cause of Mr. Kejriwal running his government from jail. The remaining MPs are eloquently silent. But having said that, the point I was trying to make is that Delhi is their so-called world's best model. In Delhi, why are you giving seats to Congress, which has become zero? If you say...
They've come together in the Indie Bloc alliance.
No. But first, let's address this point. If they are a threat to us, right? Then, in Delhi, fight 7 versus 7 against us. In Delhi, जिसको साफ कर दिया, उनको सीटें हाफ दे दी. और फिर बोल रहे कि आप हमारे खिलाफ थ्रेट है. इन दिल्ली वी हैव गॉट अबव 50% वोट शेयर. तो ये इनके साथ कांग्रेस और इनके साथ सारे वो वायरस के स्ट्रेन एक साथ आ जाए, मतलब नॉट ओनली मेटाफोरिकली स्पीकिंग, वो सारे आ जाए, तब भी वी आर गोइंग टू गेट ऑलमोस्ट 60% वोट शेयर. सो हाउ आर दे आर थ्रेट? एंड लुक, हमने उनको जेल में डाला है, ED ने जेल में डाला है.
Again they say that the ED and CBI are
I'm coming to that. I know, because these arguments have become old wine in new bottle.
Yeah.
These analogies are coming out on their own. The problem is that we don't put anybody in jail. The court decides who will go to jail. The Supreme Court gives Sanjay Singh bail because the ED didn't oppose him. That time Supreme Court is fine. The Supreme Court gives a verdict on Chandigarh. The Supreme Court gives a verdict on ABC case. Then it is fine. The Supreme Court says ED, CBI are doing a good job and they need not be called as vindictive. Then Supreme Court is not to be believed. High Court has given the most stinging order, not observations against Mr. Kejriwal, saying that you are involved in corruption and taking kickbacks, that the money trail is established. Stop playing your stupid victimhood card about electoral bonds and about approvers. It is like castigating aspersions on the court. And please, there is an Aam Aadmi Party candidate who has spilled the beans against you. So don't say that this is based on A or B's approval statements. After all of that, you don't want to believe the courts. BJP has put him in jail. And you know the hypocrisy of these people. By the way, Manish Sisodia is also kept in jail by Supreme Court, which said there is a 338 crore money trail. The low courts and other courts have denied bail to Vijay Nair. The hypocrisy is, they say ED is being misused. The same Aam Aadmi Party in Chhattisgarh election, the one that they lost badly, they wanted the ED to arrest Bhupesh Baghel and Rahul Gandhi for their sharab ghotala in Chhattisgarh. Yeah. And they come and lecture us here. The same ED's actions were taken as the basis to arrest Khera in Punjab, where they don't have an alliance. And there the Congress says the threat to democracy is Aam Aadmi Party. And in Delhi they are a friend to help with democracy. So in word of millennials, this is called friendship with benefits. In Punjab you want to fight. And in Delhi you want to unite. Punjab de vich kushti and Delhi de vich dosti. Ye kaisi inki philosophy? Nobody believes that.
What about Mr. Rajkumar Anand? He's just quit the... What are your views on that? Is it everybody's leaving the sinking ship, or you think...
See, this is their internal matter. And the fact of the matter is that now they have started saying कि दबाव है, प्रभाव है, ED का डर है, फलाना है. The same arguments. AI generated arguments. I am saying ये दबाव प्रभाव नहीं है, आपका स्वभाव है. भाई आपका स्वभाव और स्वरूप कैसे बदला है? रामलीला में आप आए थे अन्ना के साथ, आज लालू के साथ. झाड़ू के साथ अब दारू के साथ, स्वराज स्वराज आज शराब शराब, और कहते थे भ्रष्टाचार हटाओ, आज कहते भ्रष्टाचार बचाओ। ये कहते थे इस्तीफा लो लालू का, इस्तीफा लो मुलायम का, इस्तीफा लो सोनिया का, इस्तीफा लो राहुल का। आज राहुल सोनिया मुलायम लालू के साथ खड़े होकर बोलते हैं हमारा इस्तीफा मत लो। तो ये स्वभाव बदला है। इस स्वभाव के बदलने से योगेंद्र यादव, प्रशांत भूषण, शांति भूषण, कुमार विश्वास, मयंक गांधी, ये सब ईडी के प्रेशर से निकले गए। और निकले तो कहाँ गए? तो और निकलने के बाद कहाँ गए? आज भी वो बीजेपी के खिलाफ ही बोलते हैं। तो ये क्यों निकल रहे? इट्स नॉट दबाव, इट इज स्वभाव, एंड देयर माइट बी अनदर रीजन. द अदर रीजन इज that in court, very interestingly, when Mr. Kejriwal was trying to make his arguments in front of the judge, he said कि मेरे घर पे तो बहुत सारे मंत्री आते हैं, खुसुर फुसुर करके चले जाते हैं. तो he put the blame of this entire शराब घोटाला on the मंत्री. Next day, कैलाश गहलोत said, मुझे नहीं पता, आतिशी को पूछो. Then when Atishi was asked in a press conference, she put the mic to Saurabh and she said, सौरभ को पूछो. Saurabh said, दुर्गेश को पूछो. This person, whoever it is, राजकुमार, जो अभी भ्रष्टाचार, मतलब सुनिए, वो कल तक राजकुमार, आज भ्रष्टाचार. तो राजकुमार must have thought कि भाई before the blame comes on me, I better absolve myself and get out of this sinking ship. So they must answer. Aam Aadmi Party must answer why Rajkumar is also leaving them, why the 7 MPs are also silent. It's not a question BJP can answer. But I think it is more about swabhav, not about dabav.
This is obviously the time that you are very, very busy because of TV debates. Do you think it gets really toxic during elections? And does it get to you sometimes?
No, I don't take these TV debates personally as a reflection on my existence. So I don't take this baggage home, and I think in life you should take any baggage home. I mean, you deal and you live in the moment. Whatever happens in the moment, you do your best, as Krishnaji says. You don't take anything personally, and once it's over, it's over. But yes, some people have made abusing gali and gussa has become their USP. And गालीबाज कुछ लोगों का नाम भी बन चुका है. These are the same people. Their toxicity is prevalent not just in debates, but their toxicity pervades even into social media, where they call the daughter of Himachal the daughter of Mandi, and Mandi has been named after a sage. That Mandi is defamed because you want to abuse Kangana Ranaut. You make the most vile post against Kangana Ranaut.
In her defense, she said that she didn't make the post.
Well, I did not take the person's name, but the fact that you understood who Galibaz is, you understood who is this toxic person, says a lot about the toxicity levels of that person.
I understand this news.
No, but the point is that everybody understands today. Anyways, so this Kupriya Harkat by Supriya Srinath, she says that somebody has posted it from my account. First of all, if the Congress party from 25th of March to the date we are recording this and will be broadcasted cannot figure who posted it from their own account, and then they talk about national security, am I to take them seriously? And what a great idea that Mahua Mitra's handle of parliamentary login is handled by somebody in UK or some other country, Dubai, sorry. This one's handle is operated by somebody and she can't figure it out in the last 15 days and she doesn't file an FIR yet. Ki this kind of post has gone, which means that this post, it was not a Sahyog, it was a Prayog. And I'll tell you why it was a Prayog. It was not a Sahyog because...
Prayog you mean as an experiment?
No. Prayog I mean as a...
Use of.
It was thought of. It was not a coincidence as Sahyog. It was not a... I would change out Prayog. I would say it's Udyog. It is their Udyog. It is their business to be abusive. I'll tell you why. Because at the same time, a Gujarat Congress leader made the same comment about... in the same terminology as the one she used for Kangana and Mandi. And in the same time, Mrinal Pandey, another person who is in the Congress ecosystem, who used to run or be part of Prasar Bharati and then National Herald, she's part of the Congress ecosystem. She also made some distasteful comments, and it all happened at the same time. So how could it have happened unless it was said to be done by the higher ups? And therefore today also Supriya Srinath is where she is. Has Priyanka Vadra asked her a single question? Did Priyanka Vadra open her mouth on Sandesh Khali? No. Did Priyanka Vadra say anything about...
They talk about Manipur though.
Yeah, they should. In Manipur, the situation between two communities did get out of hand. The Home Minister, when they came to Parliament, made a 2-hour speech on it. The Prime Minister spoke inside and outside Parliament. We have nothing to be ashamed of.
They weren't ready to listen to the speech.
That's fine, because they did not have Manipur in their hearts or women's concerns at their hearts. If they did, they would have the gumption to listen to Manipur or the issues of the Northeast, which they had left as bomb, blast and ballot chori, which has now gone from that BBB of bomb, blast and ballot chori to development and decentralization and dialogue. Today, Bodo Accord, Bru-Riang Accord, the Naga Accord, the Assam-Meghalaya land border dispute, other accords have been signed during the BJP government's tenure, during the NDA government's tenure. 70 to 80% civilian deaths and security forces deaths have been reduced during our tenure. 1 lakh crore of projects are going on in Northeast because of our tenure. Airports have doubled because during our tenure. Prime Minister and ministers have visited during our tenure. You were happily giving away even Assam in 1960s. And those who gave away Kacha Tivu on a platter should not be the ones talking. But having said that, they never had Manipur in their hearts or the women of Manipur. I'll tell you why. The same stripping incident of a woman, of a 55-year-old took place in Taran Taran in Punjab. Not one word.
In Bengal also.
In Bengal, in Malda, 2 Adivasi women, not one word.
Yeah.
Sandesh Khali women were raped. They were protecting Shah Jahan Sheikh, the perpetrator of this crime. In Jharkhand, you remember, in Dumka, a person from Spain, or she was from some foreign country, she was brutally raped. Not one word. In Karnataka, Belagavi, women was molested and stripped. The High Court took Sangyan of it and said that what is happening, this is like modern day Draupadi. Nothing to say. And on this post, nothing to say. And what Randeep Surjewala said about Hema Malini?
Yeah.
No answer. They don't have women concern in their mind. If they did, and finally, you remember the Kathua rape case? Where an 8-year-old girl was raped?
Yeah.
The person who stood in favor of those rapists was sacked by the BJP as a minister. Immediately we sacked him. That person was called by Priyanka Vadra and given a ticket in this election. They better not talk. For them, Ladki hu lad sakti hu is an empty slogan. In Rajasthan we have seen. Shanti Dhariwal, who said Mardon ka pradesh hai, rape hota rahega, and Ashok Gehlot, who said it's all fake rape cases, they were given tickets and promoted. So they have no concern of women, and therefore the entire thing is not a Sahyog, it is the Udyog of Congress to abuse people, to abuse Nari Shakti, to abuse Jan Shakti, to abuse Yuva Shakti, and these days they are abusing Shakti.
Yeah.
We are in Parv of Navratra. Rahul ji goes and says in Shivaji Park Maidan in front of Uddhav ji, who's son of Babasaheb Thackeray ji, I must feel the pain of Babasaheb Thackeray ji's soul. He abuses Shakti and says we are fighting against Hindu Shakti.
Do you think he's a serious contender for the, you think he's a serious challenger to Prime Minister Modi?
Prashant Kishore recently said that Mr. Rahul Gandhi should take a break from politics. I think Prashant is being...
Kangana Ranaut also said that he's in the wrong profession. Maybe he would have better suited somewhere else.
Well, I would tend to say that Prashant is only giving half the advice. I think he should have said that Rahul Gandhi should take sannyas from politics before he gives sannyas to entire Congress party. He is working on one mission, which was Mahatma Gandhi's mission, which Mahatma Gandhi had told Nehru ji that ye Congress naam ki dukaan band kar deni chahiye before the first election. But Nehru ji did not listen because he wanted to make it a private limited company. And therefore, I think that Rahul Gandhi is working only on that mission. And as far as him being a serious contender, let me tell you this. I worked with Rahul Gandhi. Today, he is in politics from 2004 to 24, 20 years in electoral politics. He is over 50, 52, 53 years old. He does not know the meaning of MRP.
Yeah.
What is MRP?
Maximum retail price.
He thinks that MRP is minimum retail price, which means that if this phone has a MRP of 5 rupees, it can be sold for 7 rupees, 10 rupees, but it can't be sold for below 5 rupees. I mean, if that is his understanding, then God bless him, because even my 5-year-old nephew knows that if I give him 10 rupees to buy a chocolate and he goes to a shopkeeper and the price is 10 rupees, he won't pay more than 10. The shopkeeper may want to sell it to him for 3
he can give a discount
because he's my nephew.
Yeah.
But if Rahul Gandhi at the age of 55 doesn't know what my 5-year-old nephew knows, then I think the Congress people should decide. Forget that. He said Aishwarya Rai was at Ram Mandir Pran Pratishtha not once, multiple times. She was not there.
He keeps taking her name.
He said Manrega. Manrega is not a loan. Manrega is a scheme in which you pay. He said Manrega maaf kiya ki nahi kiya. And now he's got, you see, he's given chits. Every 6 months, Rahul's coterie gives him a new chit. So he reads that chit. Whatever is the question, he reads that chit. During one interview, historic interview Rahul Gandhi had given in that time to Arnab Goswami, he was given one chit of women empowerment. So whatever Arnab Goswami would ask him, Sikh riots, women empowerment, corruption, women empowerment. Today the new chit given to him is OBC. So he says OBC, 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 not realizing that he is getting more exposed by his advisors. First of all, Congress, when it talks...
Do you think it's a real issue, the caste census? Do you think it'll get them votes?
The Congress has now come back to what I say is their original strategy. They have come back to their original strategy.
Of divide and rule?
Divided, exactly. The British left them with that legacy. They happily adopted it. First divided us in religious lines, then on language lines, then on various lines throughout. And today they have come to this caste division, and they alternatively played with the North-South card, where their MP from Karnataka, in fact DK Suresh's brother, DK Shivkumar's brother, DK Suresh said that the South should become independent. Why are they doing this? They don't believe in this. If they believed in it, by the way, Rahul Gandhi, who stopped the OBC caste census first in 1951? Shri Nehru.
Okay.
Who put stop on Mandal Commission report? Mandal Commission was constituted during the Janata government.
Okay.
Then Indira ji came to power again in 80s. 80, the report of Mandal Commission had come, but she did not implement it from 80 to 84. Then she got assassinated. Rajiv Gandhi came. He did not implement it. In fact, the slogan of Congress, you know what the slogan was? Na jaat par, na paat par, muhar lagegi haath par.
Okay.
Which means we reject caste. And when VP Singh government was formed with the support of BJP, we implemented Mandal report. At that time, Shri Rajiv Gandhi got up in Parliament on 6th of September 1990 and he said, this will divide society. Those people are talking about OBC caste census today. And if you are serious about it, in 2011 it was done. Why didn't you release it?
Yeah.
Because Ajay Makan and Chidambaram had opposed it. After that, in Karnataka you have done caste survey. Why aren't you releasing it? DK Shivkumar is opposing. In Himachal, why are you not doing it? It's your government. In Chhattisgarh, why didn't you release it? In Rajasthan, why didn't you do it? Why did you do it in your states? The reason is, today we have a Prime Minister who comes from this Samaj.
Yeah.
His name is Narendra Modi.
Yeah.
He is the first Prime Minister from the OBC community to complete his full tenure. The first Prime Minister must have been Deve Gowda from the OBC Samaj, but he has completed his tenure. Apart from that, the maximum number of OBC MPs come from the BJP. Maximum number of OBC ministers from BJP. The maximum number of OBC MLCs from BJP. MLAs from BJP. They are telling us about OBC.
He's talking about the bureaucracy, I think.
The bureaucracy also. Again, chit, halfly done, halfly researched and given. Today, who are secretaries in Government of India come from an empanelment of a particular age group.
Which was done long
Exactly.
back.
First of all, the OBC entire Vyavastha came into this from 95 onwards. So anybody who's empaneled pre-1995 will not be,
They won't be affected by
categorized
it,
as such. Secondly, why did your father's government or your grandmother's government or your great-grandfather's government, why didn't they put this Vyavastha right from the beginning? Had you done that, today you would have all the OBC secretaries. But forget OBC secretary. I'm telling them something else. Who is more powerful than a secretary, a minister, chief minister, my prime minister? We had an opportunity in the 3 states that we won. We gave OBC chief minister Mr. Yadav in Madhya Pradesh, Mohan Yadav. Who did you make? You made Revant Reddy, who said OBC DNA is less than Telangana DNA. He abused the Kurmi DNA. Why didn't you make an OBC or a Dalit there? And we are saying with challenge that our alliance's prime ministerial face is a OBC called Narendra Modi, who has given constitutional status to OBC body. You tell us your prime ministerial candidate.
They don't have one right now.
And let me tell you one more fact. BJP has never opposed caste census. You can check statement of Amit Shah ji. The only party to oppose caste census, mark my words and go and Google this, is Trinamool Congress. Till date, India Alliance has not come out with a document or a single statement on this because TMC opposes it. Now, if Rahul Gandhi has the courage of conviction, if he believes in this issue, go have the courage to go and ask Mamata Banerjee what her stand is. He can't ask. Because Mamata has shown Rahul Gandhi and Congress their place.
Coming back to the TV debates, what about at home? Your brother's the other end of the political spectrum. I mean, I've left many family WhatsApp groups because the argument gets so heated sometimes. How do you manage that at home? Is it a conversation you guys have at home?
My brother and I don't stay together. When we had a political fallout in 2017 December.
With friends, how do you manage that space?
Well, first getting to my brother. So we don't stay together. He stays separately, I stay separately. And I think that, of course, now we are better at managing our differences which are political because he's also given, he and his lovely wife, my bhabhi, have given birth to a young champion called Zurwan. So obviously my political differences, I always think that it should not translate into personal differences. But I'm also a very firm believer in what Krishna ji had said, that to Arjun, that you can't see if the person who is fighting against the cause that you think is essential for dharma, whether it's your cousin or your brother or anything, you have to see the cause that you're fighting for. So even if on a cause, my parivar is on the wrong side, I will fight them tooth and nail, whether it's a debate or whether it's on the ground. So I put nation first. For me, my nation is my parivar. For my brother, that parivar is his nation. So he takes their line, he defends Rahul Gandhi day in and day out.
Okay, and my last question to you is, your Twitter bio reads that your religion is Islam, your culture is Hindu, and your ideology Bharatiya. What about the first-time voters? You know, there are a lot of first-time voters in India today. For the upcoming elections, what should they base their vote on?
These are two separate questions.
Because they all form a part of an identity,
yes.
right?
So, firstly, let me address what the first-time voters should look at. The Navmatdata should look at only one factor. A person like me, I don't have anybody in political family. I don't have a political background. The only reason why Shehzad Poonawalla is a sitting reality in this country and gets a space and voice to speak is because I am in Narendra Modi's, Amit Shah's, Nadda's BJP. Had I been in any other party, the only task I would have, like I had in the Congress, was to pick up the shoes of one family. The fact that I'm not a shoe holder but a shareholder in this country's future is only possible because I'm in Modi's BJP. And therefore, look at it. What does Lalu want? He wants Tejasvi and Tej Pratap to become something. What does Sonia want? Rahul and Priyanka to become something. What does Sharadji want? Supriya to become something. What did Mulayamji want? Akhilesh to become something. What does Shibu Soren want? Hemant Soren to become something. What does Kejriwal want? Nowadays he wants Sunita to become something. They all want their family members to become something. Narendra Modi wants that not his family, but your family should become something. And therefore, the difference is that Narendra Modi works with mission and with vision for the country. And then on the other side, you have those who have no mission or vision. They have their family-run profession, their own ambition, their commission and corruption, and the politics of division and Tushtikaran. So it is a battle between mission and vision for India to make India great, to make India developed by 2047, to ensure that we have a global voice like we did during the Ukraine-Russia crisis, to have issues and things like G20 in this country where India's presence was registered across the world, to take crores of people out of poverty, to build infrastructure at breakneck speed, to take the economy to third spot and perhaps even higher. This is the mission and vision. On the other hand, they are going back to the politics of the 18th century. Caste, religion, divide, abuse Sanatan, abuse Hindus. So the difference is clear. परिवार देश को मानना है या अपने परिवार में देश को देखना है. इंडिया इज इंदिरा या मोदी कहते हैं कि ये पूरा भारत जो है मेरा परिवार. दैट इज द डिफरेंस. एज फार एज माई बायो इज कंसर्न, आई एम born into a Muslim family, therefore I am Muslim by religion and faith. But my culture doesn't change because of my faith. I am not an Arab person with a culture of Arabs. I am not a person who has a different culture. My culture is Bharatiya or Hindu. Hindu because Hindustan comes from the word Hindu. Yeah. Everybody who stays in India, who stays in Hindustan is a Hindu. So our culture doesn't change because our faith has changed. In fact, you know, per capita Ram Leela, where it is organized more than India? In Indonesia, which is Muslim dominated.
Yeah.
Why their airlines is called Garuda Airlines? Why they had picture of Ganeshji on their notes? Why they do Ram Leela? Why is the name of the king of Thailand King Rama 1, King Rama 2? Because even when their religion changed, whether they are Buddhists or whether they are now Muslims or whatever they are, their Sanskriti and culture doesn't change. And therefore my Sanskriti, my culture, my Adarsh cannot be Aurangzeb or Babur. Yeah. It is Prabhu Ram, it is Shri Krishna, or it is APJ Abdul Kalam. And therefore I keep this as my bio, and everybody now realizes that the Congress wants us to believe that Afzal and Aurangzeb, these are the icons of Muslims. Whereas Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji and the BJP believes that it is APJ Abdul Kalam, Ustad Bismillah Khan, Veer Abdul Hamid. These are the icons of Indian Muslims. And therefore these people are the ones who are given their place of due honor also, which the Congress never gave. And this is the difference between the two mindsets, which is reflected in my bio also.
Thank you, Shehzad. Thank you so much for talking to us today. I know it's a busy time for you. All the best, and hopefully you guys come out of this stronger and
Aapki baat 400 par is going to be a reality.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you.